might have seen over there in those databases or traditional databases is the database is on a server, and the server configuration is something like 8 GB RAM and around 100 gigs or 200 gigs of database hard disk,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
So the thing is like whenever we write an insert query in Oracle, Sybase IQ, or MySQL, SQL Server, any traditional databases we are talking about, the data goes directly into the hard disk. Okay. Now, whenever we try to retrieve the data out of that hard disk, it takes on its sweet time based on performances. Oracle has come up with its performance tuning and so on and so forth, but the performance still goes for a toss because every time it has to read from hard disk. But parallelly, there is another. If we are talking about banking or some other customers, they might be storing their data in tapes. So reading out of from tapes again is a tedious process. Parallelly,
Yes.
it's time consuming too. So what happened, like SAP as it evolved from ERP tools. They started selling out ERPs. Primarily, they was focused towards what you call supply chain management. Then they evolved into HR, then FICO, and so on and so forth, adding on to the modules of SAP ERP. But later they bought business objects as a company for reporting perspective, parallelly with BW. Along with, they were having a support towards Oracle, other databases where they didn't had a control how to govern them. Now they said like we will develop a new database altogether. But what will be the difference between my database and an Oracle database? Because Oracle has already captured 90% of the market. What will be my key selling point where I can differentiate between Oracle and HANA, my database, not HANA, my database. So they said, okay, now I have everything in my these guys, everything is saved in hard disk, retrieval time in and out. For example, simple example I'm telling you, if you fire a query from your laptop to a server, it has to go via internet, ports, port enabling, from there in and out services, from there it reads the hard disk, comes back and give it to you. Just look at the lag time over here. But in HANA, they said, why should I save it in database when I can put it in RAM? The same thing is done by Oracle. You write select star from employee table, it will give you in 10 seconds, for example. But the moment you write a select star from employee table where salary is greater than 10,000 rupees, then in that case what happens, the cache memory is placed. So these guys said, we'll put it in a cache everything. We'll have a system or an infrastructure where everything will be on RAM. Only thing hard disk will be used is for storing those files which are necessary and required for HANA, but rest everything will be in RAM. So HANA came in with a process called as in-memory. In-memory as in like RAM. We fire a query, the moment anything is in RAM, the retrieval is faster. It doesn't have to go to hard disk and read it and come back to us. So this was the thing which was reason to come up to a in-memory databases. There are many more examples in in-memory. Like with this logic, they came up, multiple companies came up with their own thought processes, stating that, like for example, Sybase IQ. I'll give you one more example. It's not a database, but it's an processing tool called as R scripting. R scripting is also on a RAM base. So these all started evolving around the in-memory logic. The pioneer was HANA. So HANA, as in I told till now, the main reason to come to HANA is performance, the quality what we are going to get out of it. Okay, the data retrieval, data insertions. Parallel to that, a new logic came in 2005, which is said columnar databases and row-level databases. So HANA tried to cache on these things also, saying that okay, row-level databases and columnar databases, the main difference, it doesn't give you any performance or anything. It gives, but not to that paradigm change where you can altogether shift towards from row-level to columnar. But the main difference over here is memory consumption. in the memory, the columnar databases take less amount of memory as compared to row level because they are so intelligently architectured. If any duplicate records comes in, it just multiplies it by numeric 2 or numeric 3. In that case, what happens? It only captures 1 byte or 2 bytes maximum. So in that case, what happens? The memory consumption goes down. So HANA cached into these two items called as row level and columnar databases. These are the frameworks which use IMDB. IMDB is nothing but in-memory database framework. Sybase IQ, WebDNS, SAP HANA. Coming to the SAP component, like we have SAP database, there are primarily three major modules. One is database, where exactly the data gets stored in. Then there's a studio, like we have an SQL developer or Toad for Oracle. We have a HANA Studio, which is quite similar to IDE, that Eclipse IDE sort of a thing. And third part is HANA Application Platform. For example, you are working on SAP BW, right? Yeah. If I give you a requirement where I am looking forward for a econometrical analysis of a data. Okay. Okay. So how will that be done in Oracle? Any wild guesses?
Wait, can you repeat the question?
For example, okay, engineering guy, I'll give you a better example on that. But you might have learned correlation regression in your school days, right? Statistical analysis, correlations, regressions.
Yes.
Okay, now those things we just learned it for our 12th standard, but they do really pay us out. Salary generally comes out of it. So the thing here is, there's a predictive analysis comes in, where, for example, you are working for a customer where they want to evaluate the risk, how much a client is risk for that customer of yours, which will elaborate on 1 to 10 rating. If it is 9 or 10, in that case it will give a rating says it is very safe, I should not concerned about this business, they are still going to be customer for next couple of years. But the rating goes down to 1 and 2, for that there is a high risk customer where I need to analyze their requirements, I need to address their requirements, or else I'm going to lose the big time business out of that guy. So this sort of predictive analysis has to be done through correlations and regressions. Okay. So can it be done in Oracle? No. I'll answer it for you. No. Oracle doesn't have any analytical functions. They call it as analytical functions, called as sum, average, min. No, those are not analytical, those are just aggregation functions as per to me. But primarily analytical, where does it come in? Statistical, where does it come in? Two options for BW. I'll speak in your language. BW, two options. Either create a cube, but cube is not intelligent enough because cube is based on Oracle. It's a simple SQL query. It's not intelligent enough. Now what has to be done? We have to create a JavaScript. Okay? Or use some statistical tools which gonna get us those ratings or those pointers on based of which we can analyze our customers or customers' business in that case. So for that note, Java comes handy. JavaScripting, those comes in handy where it defines, we can write any kind of programming, any kind of statistical design in Java. But in Oracle, what it has to happen, we have to create a Tomcat server. We have to have an application server separately. You have to hit the database, read it from there. Then again, there's an infrastructure cost tagged to it. SAP HANA came in and said, why should I do it when I have an option called as, it's a freeware, why can't I do it at HANA itself? So HANA additionally gave a component called as application platform. In HANA language, it is called as XSJS. Okay, now that one is primarily for JavaScript, where we can script any kind of design and do a reporting on top of it. This is the third component where it comes in HANA. As compared to SAP BW, I'll tell you. For example, you have created cubes. Okay, Now those cubes are to be created at SAP BW level, but it hits to the same Oracle database. It's a different application server altogether, different server. So in that case, HANA said, I'll give an option. I'll allow them to create views, multiple views, calculation views, analytical views, and so on and so forth. So these are, anyhow, HANA is 1 to 10, 1 is to 10 times performing better as compared to Oracle. Parallel to that, they are providing us analytical views which will provide us pre-calculated data for us or pre-calculated logic for us, which is going to get us a better performance, and we can write a cubes on top of it and do a reporting out of those cubes. So the primary concept of HANA to be evolving and to be key factor to selling into the market is they have a best performance right now available in the market. They have a complete package end-to-end from database with high performance. They have a studio along to it where we can do a Java scripting. Third, application platform where we can host our applications over there. So it's an end-to-end thing which can be sold to a customer, saying that you need not buy a Java, or you need not buy a database, or you need not buy a reporting tool. We are giving you end-to-end reporting or database where you can do anything on top of this database itself. You need not buy anything else from the market. You have to just use our HANA and your all business needs will be catered. Okay?
Yeah.
Balbir? Yeah, so Balbir, this is the framework and thought process behind HANA and evolving of HANA, and what components and what are the benefits and what are the key selling points for HANA. So any questions till now, or any expectations which I was not able to meet or answer your questions on?
No, it's okay.
All right. So as for the demo part, this is what we have from HANA. And if you are looking, give me a second. I'll just log into, I'm just freezing my frame. Give me a second. I'll log into the system for HANA. Okay. And try to give you a sort of a feel how exactly does it look like for you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Give me a second. I'm logging into the system.
कुछ नहीं है, मैंने मेल तो डाल दी थी उसको, तो फोन तो उठाया नहीं।
I couldn't catch that part.
कुछ नहीं है, देखिए क्या कर रहा है, देखिए से भी देखूंगा क्या होता है। अभी तो 10 बजे तक तो डेमो तो लिए स्मार्ट होना है अभी। तो क्या कर रहा है कुछ? मैं क्या बताऊँ, तो कुछ रिप्लाई तो आया नहीं उसका। मैंने ये थी कि पेमेंट कर देना इस तरह से, ठीक है। माँ का मेल तो कर दी थी उसको। ठीक है।
Balbir, am I audible?
Yeah.
Balbir, this is my SAP Cloud Share where we have an account. Or let's say you might have to give me some time. The system is preparing. I've shut down the system for me. This is a SAP version of SAP gives us a HANA environment. So I'll give you exactly how the things are shown over here. Parallel to that, this is SAP HANA. If you can see over here, this one is primarily the server which is there installed on a Linux OS, and this is not much of our involvement into, because this is primarily into the infrastructure team which handles. So that's an administration role which goes in SAP HANA, and this is the HANA Studio which we will be primarily concentrating on.
Okay. This HANA is like, so you can say, like SAP GUI which we are logging.
Pardon me?
Yeah, this HANA Studio means mainly we have to work in Studio only.
Yes. You got it. Because this HANA server is installed by those guys, SAP people. There's a specific vendor list who sells the hard disk for HANA, hard disk infrastructure for HANA, and those guys come in, install the everything, and get us a system ready. Those are specific skill sets regarding to that. And from the developer perspective, we primarily look forward for HANA Studio, where we are going to design, architect, database schemas, and things like that. And on top of it, we are going to do our reporting, or we can use it for analytical or transactional, anything. It's a simple database, but everything has to be done via HANA Studio itself. Okay. So these are the server it takes a bit time to come in. So let's wait for it till the time it comes in. In the meanwhile, I'll just try to log into this window. Oh, my bad. Give me a second, I'll go back.
And in how many classes you will be able to complete this one?
Balbir, I couldn't get you. Come again?
Yeah, this HANA course means in how many classes you will be able to complete it?
Theoretically, I'll take maximum 1 week, but with hands-on, where you will, because theoretically anybody can learn Oracle or any other database for that note.
Yeah.
But till the time you don't write a query for yourself, it doesn't solve any purpose.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
Yeah. So for that thing, we might have to extend it. It depends on your availability. I can ramp it up, or I can put it on a slow mode. Things like that, whatever you can ask it for.
Okay.
So give me a second. There are some credentials we are having. So give me a second. I'll be looking forward for logging into it. Come on, go down. Let's do it. So when we click on that open in a new window, it gives us sort of a remote desktop access. Yeah, this is the first time whenever we log into the system, it asks for us. So give me a second, I'll close this thing. Yeah. This is HANA Studio, which is quite similar to our Java Eclipse.
Okay.
So I'll start on. So this is primarily our administration console or SAP HANA Studio, which have multiple flavors available inside it. Like for example, administration console. Let's not get confused with administration console as well. We can install and so on and so forth. It's already installed. Administration console primarily looks forward for accessing, giving access rights, creating user IDs, sort of grants and all those things happen through console. As I told earlier, there's a Java component which is available over here. So Java, Java browsing, Enterprise Edition, hierarchy, Java scripting, these all are being involved. Modeler and HANA development, these are our two primary concentration points. If you want to go ahead with other items like web development or XML development, even those are entertained. This whole complete package, if we go with Oracle, we might have to go for 3 or 4 different installations. But in HANA, we get a complete package end to end. So for example, I click on modeler. This is a totally fresh system for us, so you might have to bear with me because I haven't set up the whole system for you, but it's something like I have to create it and get the things done. So it's gonna take time, but this is the overview which I can give you right now for HANA. And HANA, okay, here if you can see, you can analytical view, attribute views, calculation views, analytical privileges, these are different things. Procedures, the similar, everything is based on those RDBMS logics or processes what we have written in the market. And the decision tables are nothing but our sort of extended tables where analysis is done on top of it, sort of a dimensional analysis where we take up. It's a sort of a pre-calculated tables which are available, which we can create in it, but it has a different logic to get stored in the RAM itself. Okay, Balvi?
Okay.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
So, Balvi, now I'll be looking forward for a few information from you. Like, what will be your expectation out of this course?
My expectations will be so that I can develop views and all. What are the development work that I can handle after doing this course?
Okay. Okay, got it. So you will be doing what you call a sort of a database schema design also? No, schema design
exactly,
also.
Exactly. I also don't have much idea, but see, as I know, in HANA there is one is administration part and other is the developer part.
Huh.
So I will be going for the development part, developer part.
Okay, got it. तो हिंदी में अगर प्रॉब्लम नहीं है तो can you continue? Or you want me to go ahead with English?
No, as you wish, there is no issue. Yes.
All right. So, Raj, the thing here is, this is the overall view which I am going to give. The primary concentration what we are going to go ahead with is modeler. Okay. All right. Where we are going to first, was the training sheet shared across to you?
No.
All right, give me a second. I'm looking for that training course, but exactly if it caters to your business needs, I'll go ahead with that. If any inclusion or exclusions are anticipated, we can go ahead and add to it. Okay?
Okay.
All right, give me a second. I'm opening it. Yes. So this will be the course content where I'll start with the introduction to HANA, comparison and showing the flow
Yes.
with standard database, and HANA software linking the third day. How and rather
Okay.
the team will be creating a connection for you and getting the system set up. So I'll give you a walkthrough how exactly and where paths and from SAP, if you have already infrastructure ready, SAP like you have seen here, the give me a second, this one HANA Studio is already available or installed over here. The same thing you can get it from HANA SAP web page, but it won't do any justice because it's only a client tool. Server has to be required. So as you can see here, we have a server component being running right now for me. It's a virtual machine which has been set up for me. So that will be there. Then I'll be going ahead with the database design, schemas, and logic on primarily on data warehousing concepts, how to get it implemented. Third one will be the sequence and the SQL views, what we are going to create. All right, something like how we are going to create these tables and views, those syntactical things primarily. Then I'll be going with the authorizations, how to create, give user IDs access, or how to give access to another table and things like that, one day schema to another schema. Then I'll be going with the DW concept, getting married to HANA. Post that, it will be table loads, what we are going to do, how we are going to load the table. Any database, any ETL or procedure or a flat file can be loaded. It's similar to HANA also. So we can go ahead and do these things in HANA. After that, I'll start with the main backbone of the HANA, which are nothing but views, attribute views, analytical views, and calculation views. And I've given 2 days for every view. Post that, I'll be showing how to write an SQL scripting on top of it. SQL scripting primarily will be looking forward for specific business needs, like as you said you are working on BW, we'll concentrate over there. I'll give you a free hand over there, like how you can write your SQL scripts on top of it with that business rules available. Then I'll show you how to integrate the HANA with other machines, and final session will be on any queries or anything like that which will be coming across for HANA train. So this is from
This like
primarily from development perspective.
yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
Balveer, now you have to tell me, like, what are your expectations out of this? Anything extra you want?
No, not much, but only as a developer perspective, I want this thing only. Mainly modeling, mainly the modeling you can say.
Modeling
And
is
I
not an
think
issue.
this
Modeling
course
generally
should be
happens in
sufficient for me.
what I was saying,
Modeling means
modeling
like,
generally happens on Winboard.
yeah, like views, which
Sorry, Balveer, to interrupt. Can
analytical
you come
views,
again?
calculation views.
Uh, sorry, Balveer. Sorry to interrupt you. Can you come again?
Yeah, like these views which are there, analytical views, then attribute view and calculation views.
Mm-hmm.
So these
Okay.
are the mains in modeling.
Yes.
This will be mainly
Modeling,
used.
I would. Yeah, these will be mainly used, but modeling will primarily be heading towards a database design.
Okay.
Okay. And on top of it, based on your BW requirements or reporting requirements, we might have to use these views and how to implement that thing in HANA.
Okay, but mainly like if we have to implement HANA for BW, we have to migrate the Oracle with the HANA only. Na? So then in that case, we need to
Yes.
create views for migration.
Yes. True. Yeah,
And
Baldeep,
what
you are
about
right on that.
the server access means You will be giving server access, or I need to take myself for practice?
No. The team, the training coordinators between us will be doing the infrastructure.
Okay.